The exhibit is really directed towards inspiring youth, educating people about the different tribes throughout the Colorado Plateau, and then there's a few off the plateau, and also the evolution of artwork. The fact that it's a skateboard, it's unique, it's different, but with tradition on it. We really wanted to show the youth that we're still keeping our culture and our traditions in with our artwork today. I was really pushing to work with kids that were at risk. I myself had my addictions and never thought that I'd be where I'm at today in the art world, let alone doing an exhibit at a museum. It's a display of unity and inspiration.
I came up with the idea for arrangement for a silent orchestra over 8 years ago now. My mother is a piano teacher. I grew up in a musical household. I played the violin as a child and put it away for 20 years or so in between. And this idea of a pile of burning violins, essentially a crematory site for the musical tradition, just seemed like a really compelling image as a metaphor for all these types of things I was thinking about. So what I really hope this project addresses is, reduced funding for the arts in public education, reduced funding for music, the idea that we're raising generations of children to have lots of access to technology and science, and trying to find a balance where they're able to retain all of the important elements that come with a strong and rigorous artistic and musical tradition with that.
So this is probably the bravest show I've ever done, the most outspoken, the most specific. When I was offered this opportunity to do a show, I knew what I wanted to do, was a group of pieces that were related to women's rights and women's issues. Women's voices are so often either misheard or not heard, and I decided to screen print with ultraviolet reactive paint. So there are secret messages encoded in the work that only are revealed under an ultraviolet flashlight, that people, if they wanted to see what the real message was, they had to look more closely and really spend some time with the work.
This spring, I think it was, I was contacted by some people from Repeal Coalition here in town who told me the story of what was happening with Arrowhead Village, and they said they were interested in honoring the people, the families who have been in that community for a number of years, and wanted to put portraits of them on their homes that they were being forced out of. I would like to think that it made that community more visible, certainly, but just a bit more real, and just to give us a sense of who these people really are. One of the things that Repeal did was to arrange a essentially going away party for the residents. I said, it would be cool if people had markers and kind of like with high school yearbooks were to write messages on the photos that I'm getting choked up. Yeah. They had an opportunity to leave with dignity. They knew that there's a community of people here in Flagstaff who care about their well-being and who really want the best for them.